Hi guys, so today I am back with another video. Um, at this point my videos are pretty, like, far apart. Not too far apart, they're about a week or two apart. Um, but today I'm super excited. I wanted to try the new Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. Their liquid one. They have the stick foundations, which I try to get a hold of, and I could never find them except at Sephora, and they never have my shade. So, I wanted to give this a shot. I saw some, like, I didn't see a lot of them. I only saw maybe one video. Why do I act like I've seen a lot of them? I've only seen one other video of this. Yeah, because I don't want my opinions to be kind of biased or anything. I kind of want to have my own feelings. So, that's what I'm going to do today. And I have some other new stuff, so I don't know whether this would be like a first impressions or what, because it's not really a full face of full impressions, or first impressions. If any of them. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so for primer, I'm going to use the Milk Hydro Primer. Hydro Grip Primer. The reason why I'm using this is because I know that this lasts. I know how this works and behaves. And yeah, I'm just keeping that there. My skin has been so dry. It's so bad. I did clean my face before doing this. So, everything's clean, everything's good. I don't care nothing saying, you didn't clean your face. I cleaned my face. Everything's good. Also, with the launch of the foundations, she came out with powders. So we are going to be using these. I have the shade Vanilla for my under eyes, and then I have, I'm sorry, Translucent for my under eyes, and Vanilla for, these were, we'll get to these in a minute. These are cute. So, I shade matched myself at Ulta, so the closest match was 120W. Now it does darken just like a hint, but it almost looks like my skin shade, so, yeah. We're gonna give it a shot and see if it works. So, how this is gonna work is I'm doing something a little different before I get into that. I'm doing one side with a sponge and the other side with the brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 3 brush from the Marble collection. This does already have foundation on it, but I haven't used it in like forever. So, yeah, like nothing's coming off of my finger. The shine that you see are my fingertips, but like, it just, yeah, see, there's nothing. So, I wanted to do it this way, just so then I could get an accurate way of how this foundation works. I have a mint in my mouth. I had to have some hard candy. Okay. So, another thing that I noticed with this foundation, especially from the video that I saw, is that it was very dewy. So I'm hoping that it works with a brush and a sponge, because normally when you work with dewier foundations, for some reason when you use them with a brush, especially with certain brushes, it kind of like is super streaky. So I'm really hoping that it actually works. I mean, if I don't use it with a brush, I normally don't use a brush except for certain foundations, but yeah, so I'm giving this a shake. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it. Can we just talk about this packaging? Okay, so you have your classic packaging with the, like, that's glass, and then like the black, and then it has, boom, the bold foundation. And I really like that. Like, I think Norvina is her name, the owner of Anastasia Beverly Hills. Whenever you're a makeup artist, this is like kind of like helpful to show like, oh, this is foundation. And I don't know if she's coming out with newer concealers, maybe. So like she'll have the concealer. I don't know, but yeah, I'm giving this a try. Let me put it on the back of my hand. Oh, hold on. I don't know how I feel about this pump. So, whoo. Okay, that's 4 pumps. So it's not too thick, not too watery, which is nice. And I'm gonna just dip my sponge in. Okay, not a bad match. Okay, so this side's gonna be sponge, this side's gonna be brush. I gotta remind myself of that. Okay, right off the bat, it smells really good. I don't believe this is supposed to be full coverage. It's very thin. Just definitely very thin, very light, very fluffy. Okay. Alright, so this is about a medium coverage, so you still see my imperfections. Oh, maybe you don't. Let's cut this light out. Oh. Okay, maybe you still can't see it. Okay, so I still am seeing a little bit of redness. Just like a tiny bit right here. And then like my acne here. Okay. I'm turning my light back on though. Ta-da! Yeah. So, it's not bad, actually. I always think of luminous foundations and I'm like, ew. Because for my skin, it just, for some reason, dewy stuff just doesn't feel right to me. But that's not a bad match, you know, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little dark. I will say it's a little dark. But yeah, okay. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the brush side. I'm gonna still use 4 pumps. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm actually gonna take my finger and spread it out, kind of like what a sponge would do. Okay. I'm gonna take this excess that's on my finger, dip a little bit. So you see I dipped in. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Okay, this is what I was saying with brushes. You see how streaky that is? Ew. Okay, I gotta cut off. Okay, for this particular foundation, I would definitely go with the sponge. Sponge, best. Ugh. Okay, yeah. I would definitely go with the sponge for this one. Alright. You know, it's still nice to try. It's definitely a lot more matte on that side, so if you're looking for more dewy, like, it's not quite, like, bad. I'm gonna add another pump on this side. That brush took everything you had. I would say if you're going for more natural, more dewy, I would say use a brush, like, natural, like, coverage day. But I mean, like, it doesn't really matter to me. Some days I like my natural look. Some days I don't. But what I'm noticing is that this is really matte on me. It might be the primer. because the Milk primer in particular, it does matte down your foundations a little bit. So if you have oily skin and you want like kind of like that satin finish, like you don't want to go true matte, and that would be the perfect primer, because you still have that dewiness and that satin skin, and then you have the matte that's gonna last. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go around. See, that's pretty. Okay, this is something I can work with. So, we'll get to that at the end of the video. So, also I tried out the new Pure, well, it's not new, it came out a little bit ago. It's the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. I love this. This is amazing. I love this. I didn't think I was going to get it, and then I got it, and I was like, whoa, where have you been? Okay, so for concealers, because I'm using two. One's not new, it's just a newer shade, and the other one is new. I don't know which one I want to use. Actually, since we're going under my eyes, I'll use one I've used. Okay, so this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Now, I like the formula of this concealer to a certain extent. The problem is they only made up to light beige, or what is my other one? They only made up to a certain shade when it came out. Yeah, 840 light ivory. Okay, so this is what I was using for under my eyes. Okay, this doesn't work. So when I went by Ulta the other day, they have a new shade. Total difference. You see that? Like you can see, okay, hold on, you see that difference, right? Let me cut this out so we get the real extent. Oh, well now they look the same. Okay, well they're not. Okay, this is 840 light ivory. This is 834 fair beige. But yeah, this is why this one was so dark. So I do still use this one. This is the darker one. I still use this one on occasions, like sometimes for cut creases and stuff. So it still does get some use. But I want to use this one. And because I'm adding like powders underneath it. So I know how this formula works. You know, I'm just not used to the shade. So I'm going to try it out. Still a stick. It smells disgusting. It smells like straight up paint. But, you know. Okay, another thing I remember. Okay. I don't like the doe foot applicator on this because it just is so dry, and I feel like they could have done so much with a silicone one, and since they are a cruelty-free brand, I would think that they would do something, you know. So I'm only going to apply this here because I already know how this one works, and normally I don't use concealers that I'm not familiar with a foundation that I'm not familiar with, but I really want to put both the foundation and the concealer to the test. Now I know how this one works, so this one, I'm giving this a fair chance because I know this formula more than I know the other formula, and so since the Wet n Wild one is on my skin first, you know, it would be able to do the test. It would, what's the word? It would tell me right away, you know, if this foundation's bad or not. Yeah. I think that's all I had to say on that. I don't know. I don't have notes. This is all just out of my head. Okay, so for the second concealer, this is one I've heard about a lot, and I've been really hesitant to try. So this is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Rose. I don't know. e.l.f. products for me haven't worked out in the past. Like, their eyeliners are okay. Their skincare, however, their hydrating... This stuff, the hydrating serum, amazing. It's just, some of their stuff has been hit and miss for me. So, I'm kind of, like, iffy. By the way, that Wet n Wild concealer is like a medium coverage, so you still see my dark circles. You may still see my dark circles. We'll find out. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. And so, first glance, it's got the big doe foot applicator, like the Tarte Shape Tape. Got hair all up in my face. Okay, so I'm just gonna use, whoa. Okay, so super creamy. Okay. I'm looking on the monitor to see what you guys see, so you all see what I'm seeing. I don't really need to do the big triangles, but I kind of just want to do the big triangles. Okay, so this smells like... It smells like normal makeup, like paint. Kind of like rum-ish, kind of. Kind of. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with that. That's a very thin layer for me anyway, because, you know, pack on makeup. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend. Whoa. Okay. I used way too much. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Alright, let me take a closer look. Okay. It's a good concealer. My only... Well, there's a few critiques. So, when I blended it, you could tell, like, I was having a hard time blending it. So this does dry very quickly. Another thing is like, the coverage looks good at looks great at first. And then I noticed that it kind of, like, drifts. Like, not drifts. What's the word? Kind of, like, fades a little. Actually, let me do another layer. It could just be because I put the Wet n Wild concealer underneath it. You know, which is a huge possibility. Like, of course I'm gonna keep trying out this stuff, you know? Like, I paid a lot of money this month. So, you know, I am still trying it out. I was just gonna do a review on the Anastasia foundation and the powders, but I felt like, it'll be extra. Okay, so what I'm noticing is, light. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but my pores are pretty blurred. Like, they're not blurred as much as I would like them to be. But, you know, I'm not perfect. So, on this side, you can see, on this side my pores are really big. Yeah, you see a little bit better. And on this side, because it's a little bit caked up, but it's not like insanely cakey. Like, girl, I've seen some really rough people with some caked up faces. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so now we get to try the powders. I'm so excited. Okay, that's vanilla. That's face powder. Okay, so this is the Anastasia powder. I believe this was $34 or $36. It was in the 32, 34, 36 range. So this has 25 grams, which is a really good price considering I got more powders. I got the Laura Mercier powder, which I'm still testing. So this is $34, and this is 29 grams. And this is the Lancome powder. This is the No Time No Shine powder, loose setting and mattifying powder. This has 15 grams, and this was $38. And then to compare it to my regulars, this is the Fenty one. This is the Pro Filter one. This was $34 for 28 grams. And then I'm not going into all my powders. I got so many powders. Just know it's a good buy. So I haven't opened these. I've been waiting specifically just for this video to open it. I just need to pat out my creases on my lid. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot. So with my eyes, I'm probably just going to wear eyeliner. Okay, so when you first open it, it has the little sticker thing where you gotta peel the sticker up. Ow! And then you see, and it's just kind of like, woo. Powder goes everywhere. So, I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna put it into the lid. It might be more clean that way. I've never even felt this powder. Whoa. Okay. So there's the powder. It's white on white. So you're probably not going to be able to see it. But I'm going to dip my hand in it. Or my finger. Just like the tiniest little bit. And just to feel it. Okay, try this again. Okay. It feels like the gel. When it goes into your hand, like it's kind of like a regular powder, and then you keep moving it, and it's like a silicone gel powder. Okay, so I'll be able to tell you right away whether this is going to be a ride or die powder. I'm very particular about my under eyes because I'm very insecure about them because I know I have a lot of wrinkles and it's bad. So I'm taking my Morphe sponge, this one that's old. I'm gonna tip this in. Whoa! Okay. That is a very fine powder. And that picked up a lot. So, I'm gonna pat out my creases. Alright. Okay. Okay, hold on. We might have something here. My dark circles are really bad, so that's just gonna have to show through. I don't care. Okay. Okay, so the translucent, like some of the translucent powders are very brightening. This one is very sheer. It's true to its name. It's translucent. which I find to be interesting because I always thought like she would have a brightening powder. Could just be me. Okay. Other side. I gotta make the ugly faces. Okay, so this side, when I packed more on, let's see if I do this. Okay, so when I pack more on, it's white. It's brightening. Whoa. It blurred my pores. Whoa. Hold on. Let me see if this is the powder. Maybe I'm going crazy. Okay, I need to. I gotta stay around my nose. Okay, so. Okay, I need to show y'all this. So, where I had my pores earlier, so now. You don't see them. Yo! Like on camera, it seems like you can see them, but like in that area where it was really bad, you can't even see them. That's actually pretty wicked, I ain't even gonna lie. And I don't have to use as much as I normally do. Like I'm looking in the pan right now, and I'm realizing now I put way too much. It's a very like, it's like a gel powder. Like I don't know. Like compared to my Fenty Beauty ones, like my Fenty Beauty one feels very, like, very light and airy, like you barely feel it. This one, you can feel it, but it's like a, I'm putting the powder over my lids, just to double check. But it feels kind of like, what's it called? It's like a silicone primer. That's the best way I can describe it. Oh yeah, I'm doing out the chiseled out cheekbones. Not like it does much. I've been trying this new technique where I chisel out my cheekbones and like kind of like bake with it. But then I go in with my face shade color, so in this shade it would be vanilla, and go over top to make it more natural. And just bring this down my neck. Yeah. Okay, so I still have, oh wait, you can't tell. Around the rims, I still have a little left, so I'm gonna try to put it back in here. Yeah. Literally like the tiniest bit left. But that actually is really good that I can save on some powder because I have, well, at the same time, you know, I don't really need all this powder. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Vanilla because I want to see how it is on my cheeks. Okay. I mean, I'm really going to try this out. Like, I'm really pushing it. Okay, we'll go with less this time. Less is more situation. Okay, so I'm literally taking that much. And I'm taking my powder sponge. Tapping out the excess and... Ooh, hold on. I don't really need this much powder. I mean, I'm going out, but I'm not going like... like anywhere special or anything. I just have a couple errands to run, and it's in the evening anyway. So, one thing I do want to try. Okay, so I have a powder brush right here, and I have a little bit left. I want to dip it in and see. Yeah. Okay, so normally for powders, I am going to point this out. Normally for powders, when you put in a powder brush and swirl it around, it doesn't collect any powder. It just kind of like leaves some of it in there. This just proved me wrong, and people thought I was crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just going to wipe off this powder though, because I don't need it for the very long. Woo! Boom. Done. Okay, so everything's done now. As far as face for right now. What mascara do I want to use? Do I even want mascara? I better put on mascara, because if not, I'm gonna pay for it later. I'll just put some makeup on. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, should I do liner? Whatevs. I'm gonna do liner. So I'm gonna take the e.l.f. liner, and just do a little wing. I haven't used this liner in a while. Like, I normally don't wear eyeliner, so it is very nice. It's very black. Very smooth. Lasts all day. There's nothing really special about eyeliner for me. Oh, well, I blinked and messed that up. I'm terrible at this eye. Okay, well. That is not even whatsoever. Ow. I like hit my eye and my leg fell asleep and it's starting to wake up and it hurts. Have any of y'all ever had that happen? Like when your leg falls asleep and it cramps up? It's not fun. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and put on mascara. Very easy, eyes. Very easy. Pretty simple, you know. I'm not doing too much because I'm gonna end up wiping it off anyway. I still need to curl this lash. That's what I keep forgetting to do. Almost got my lower lash line. that looks good, right? That looks good. I know my eyes are red because I'm tired. And you can't tell. Maybe you can tell. Oh well. It's true, real life. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff away that I don't need. Because everything needs to be nice and neat for me anyway. Okay. Let me just switch this around. Okay. For brows. Wow, that wasn't nice. For brows, I am using the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. This came out a while ago. I wouldn't be able to tell you when. I know it came out this year sometime, but, yeah, this is just, it's basically like the Dip Brow Pomade, but in a gel. I'm just gonna kind of put it through my brows. Now, I did use this the other day for the first time. I've never used brow gel in my life, so this was my very first one. I don't know how I feel about brow gel. Kind of is just an awkward thing for me. Do you hear my voice crack? Whoa. It's just kind of like an awkward thing for me because I'm not used to it, so I do get used to things pretty easily. So I know with this gel in particular to go very, very light. Yeah. And it's kind of like a natural version of like my cut brow. If you know my cut brow, like my Anastasia Dip Brow, you know that this is like... Oops. See, I already messed it up. See? Okay, I'm gonna need those. You see that dark spot? Right here. That's what I was saying, was that it's a nice product. See how that is? But it's just inconsistent, and I think the brush for this could be different. Product. That's a lot of product. Okay. A decent on the side. And what I like about gels, too, is that it stays in place. Like the Anastasia Brow Pomade, don't worry, it stays in place. But, like, I just feel like if I'm on the go or if I'm, like, going, like, all over the place and I don't have time to really do my makeup real quick, this would be a good way of doing it. So, I don't need any more of that. That's all you need. Literally, like, the tiniest bit is all you need. If I can get this back in here. Okay. What is the problem? Hangover primer, get back in, please. I have so much makeup. Guys, I mean, it's insane. I messed up. I went makeup shopping. And the problem is that my mom and I's birthday are 4 days apart. I went and got my mom a lot of stuff, and I got myself some stuff. Because I'm using up a lot of my old stuff. And so now, it's starting to get to me. Actually, let me use a different palette for blush. Okay, so for blush, I am using this palette. This is the Style Essentials Pro Artist palette. This was $5, $5. So I don't even think it's there anymore. I'm sure you can find it online. But I'm just gonna take this shade right here, this kind of coral shade. And kind of like really coat that brush. This is one of the natural blushes. So it's not too crazy, not too pink, not too coral, not too of everything. See, it's cute. It's got a little flesh of color. That. Here, okay. Okay, this one has a little bit of a backstory. I messed up. I got this bronzer. I tested it in Ulta to see if it would be my shade to be as a bronzer. It's a little dark. This is Tawny Mommy. And let me just enough said. Okay, so your girl wasn't thinking. Because I went on a makeup spree and I've been stressed out, and me and stress. So I kind of got a dark shade. So I counterbalance it. Oh, you gotta watch this. I love that so much. So I do counterbalance this. I take either my Pure or my Hoola Light or whatever. Today I'm using the Pure one, but I use this one or the Hoola Light or another one, because it's so light and fair on me, to help blend that darker shade. So I usually take this and a huge part of my perimeter of my face. And then I basically use this kind of like a contour. So, and you can tell it stained my brush. We're gonna go in with this one. First, this Pure one. It smells so good. And this one is so nice. I mean, I can't lie. Like, this one is very nice. I've been getting more into Pure Cosmetics line stuff. Like the 4-in-1 Selfie foundation and the concealer, and just a lot of their products are very unique, and I like that. Okay, so you can tell this is very light, you know, very cute, very very, you know, this is good for a natural day, and normally I would be done here, put on some highlight and be done. Okay, I'm going in with the Kylie one, and we're gonna see how bad this is. I just dropped it, so it might have broke. Nope, didn't break. Okay, so you see how that, okay. One swipe coverage. Yeah, it's very blend. Like, I literally do one dip, and this is how it does. It did me dirty. Just to fix this, because you can tell the bronze took over my blush. I'm going back in with my blush brush and blending that. Okay, that's cute. I could deal with that. Alright. So bad. Okay, so for highlighter, this is a new one. It's not new, this is new for me. This is the Juvia's Place Loose Highlighter in the shade Cleo. This is very pretty. I like this. I'm gonna try to kind of, when I first use this, use way too much. So here we go. Oh, and I'm gonna try it with a different brush. When I tried this the first time, I tried it with the Morphe M51 brush, which is a nice highlight brush. But I want to try it with this one. This is the Morphe M510. And I cleaned all my brushes again, so. Okay, like, can we get into that? That is glitter realness. That is glitter. Straight up glitter. If you're more into glittery highlighters, I guess this would be your thing. Not a fan. I feel like that thinned it out way too much. Let me go back in. This is the Morphe 451. Okay, see, that one works a little better. It specifically states that this is a highlighting brush. The 510, I don't know what it is. It's very pretty, very light. I normally don't go light, so this is very light. And I feel, hold on, I might have something that I know something I can use for this. Going in with the Lunar Blue. Man, talking today. This is the Lunar Beauty Highlighter in the shade Mercury. Mercury? However you say it. And I'm going to use this over top because this is pretty and all. But I want just a little bit something. A little bit more gold. So, this doesn't really have a smell. It has like a plastic smell. Oh, yep, that was a good idea. Yep. Oh. And then just for giggles, I am going to put this in the inner corner. Just to really pop that out a little bit. There we go. Yay. It looks so pretty. I do really like the Lunar Beauty highlighters, and I really like this loose powder. I just wish that they had a lighter shade for me in particular. Just so it's like, boom. It's like super blind. Like, this is blinding. But like, if you see my channel, and if you see my other videos, you know how blinding it gets. That's just the way I like it. So, yeah. Okay, so for lips, I have a lot of options. I'm probably just gonna go with... Jeez. Okay. Which one I want to go with? Okay, so I have two options. I'm narrowing it down to two because I'm going natural. So I have this one from Maybelline. This is in Ruby for Me. This is part of their 7 shades that are universal. Well, look at that. And these smell amazing. That's pretty. And then this is the Pure Cosmetics. I mean, look at that. I don't like pink, but this is actually really cool. This is the Pure Cosmetics Barbie collab. This is in the shade Timeless. And look. Okay, how much? Ready? I push this. It's the little button. Boop. Isn't that so cool? Look. Boop. Sorry. And this is in the shade Timeless. Now, you can tell. Look at all those sparkles. What I noticed with mine is that it's very loose. So it's very like, it's not quite properly placed, so. Oh man, I don't know which one to use. I might just use Timeless. Forget it. We use Timeless and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this down a little bit because it's not quite stable in the pan, or in the lipstick. It's kind of like wobbly. So we'll see. Ooh! I think the glitter's just on the outside. Man. This is a little dry. But look at that, like, it's not stable in the, you see? Like, look. Okay. Holding it straight, you know how crooked it is? Like, it's really loose. Like, I just gently pushed on it. But now there's lipstick all over the side and everything. Oh, and this is so pretty. Like, it's not pink. Or, it is, I mean, it is pink, but it's like more of like a mauve pink. Like a dark, dusty rose pink. Okay. The closest comparison I can give, it's like Jeffree Star's Rose Madder, but it's darker, so it's not too bad. And it's really cute. Huh. Okay. So, now for setting spray. I am going to be using this one. This is the Lancome Fix It and Forget It. This I used the first time the other day. This mister is so fine. Like, look. You can't even see it. It literally feels like you're putting nothing on your skin. It's just like, I don't feel it. Like, you literally, you don't feel it. I don't feel it. It could be because the thing's clogged, maybe? Because it just sprayed everywhere. Okay, so maybe it does have a little bit of something. I can't figure out. But yeah, like the mister, like it's inconsistent. Okay, there we go. Okay. This has a very, very, very fine mister. So you don't even feel it. Yeah. Like, I don't even feel it. I don't feel it. So, that's all I have to say about that. That's it on that. I'm not going to do natural light. Because, you know, you don't really need it. I might just do something different. Instead of doing, like, the by the window kind of thumbnail, I might do something different with, like, maybe the pictures and stuff. I don't know. But I'm just going to leave it right here. So, I am... Let me move this out of the way. Things are currently starting to kind of slow down a little bit. At my other job. I can't give a set schedule. I just don't know. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever. When you see a video up, you see a new video up. When you don't see a new video, you don't see a new video up. At this point, it's becoming harder and harder to record because, on some days I'm just so tired I can't record. And then there's some days where I can, so it's gonna be kind of like back and forth. But yeah, I hope to come up with more creative stuff, even though it's taking me longer. So I hope you guys have a good day. If you guys like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you may. If you don't, it's okay. I am very open with the fact that I'm not gonna reach, beauty guru status is like way up here, and I know that I'm probably never gonna reach that point. I have that as a goal, but I may not ever reach it. It'd be nice. I get a lot of money. And unfortunately, money is like what everything is based around. Like, everything seems to be based around money, and there are good people in this world that don't care about the money. But most of the time it's about money. So, that's just my thoughts. So, yeah. So I will see you guys next time.